Got it. Midnighters.
Midnighters survival show. How we doing?
Midnighters
survival.
Suckvival show.
Yeah, because it sucks. Get it?
Yeah.
We don't like the entertainment industry, and we make art, and we know it's bad.
Do it on purpose.
If it's bad, that makes it art. So.
Yeah. If you're watching this, you're either the dumbest guy alive or the most artistically sound person in your life.
Yeah, you are probably you might be a subversive thinker. Somebody who doesn't like this bullshit that they're cramming down our throats every day. I don't need another Netflix documentary about a scammer.
No.
There's too many of them.
No. Either that or you think the word cum is funny.
Yeah.
Cum. Dicks falling out of the sky trying
Penises,
to catch Idris Elba's
shitting
penis.
Dicks.
Butt shitting dicks.
Shitting dicks out of the sky, and then I catch that shit with my ass
when an
doing
ass,
a handstand.
When an ass shits a dick, does it come out balls first or tip first?
That's a very good question, Noah, and it comes out head first.
Head first?
So it gets a little, it waggles around with the balls kind of snagging.
Okay.
And then they come out one
and
at a time.
Where's the cutoff for it? Is it at the base of the dick and the balls trail behind, or do you have to push out the base of the dick and the balls all at once? Just squeeze together.
I think it depends. Sometimes it just comes.
It just
all out. It's
like
dildo rules where it's just kind of like, it's all. That's how much is there. So it's like, okay, if it gets snagged on the rectum, or what's the very anus? The very mouth, the eye,
the eye
of the butthole,
the mouth of the asshole,
the mouth of the ass is
I think you
anus.
call it the washer. That's what you call it, the washer.
Yeah, the iris,
the pen hole.
Yeah, so that right there will sometimes
sandworm.
go like.
It just okay, all right.
And
just
sometimes
like a quick
it'll
dilation.
be like whoop, but it'll be like kind of shit rules where you get some of it out and then.
Oh, so you can squeeze out one ball and then the second one you just
hopefully
gotta try
not. You want it all in one unit. If you're shitting dicks,
if you're shitting dicks,
you want that whole thing out of there. And if it comes out balls first, you should go to the doctor.
yeah, that can be an issue because sometimes it'll strangle the dick.
Everybody, welcome to the Soapstone. How we doing tonight? All right, man, it is so good to look out and see everybody here. Howard's over there in the corner being a loner. Hey, Howard, come on, join the group, man.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
Have an open chair.
The Metaverse.
All right, man, this is good. Pernicus is in the house. Man, look at this crowd. Oculos is here. Man, this is awesome to see everybody here. This is so cool. We have got an incredible headliner show for you all tonight.
Why are the graphics so bad in the fucking Metaverse?
Yeah.
This has gone back before. Like, that's worse than, like, Wii graphics.
These are Mii's.
And this is from, like, this. This is a very fresh video.
This is multiple billions of dollars have gone into these avatars that don't have...
lower bodies.
Yeah, they don't even have legs.
Oh, they don't. They don't have legs.
No, because they're like, no, the Oculus has a hard time tracking people's legs.
It's so crazy to me that there was a guy who was like socially awkward in this fake room. You know, did you see that? He had to bring a guy in. And it's crazy to me he cared that he wasn't coming in the first place. I don't know.
This looks whack.
It's ridiculous.
What are we going to joke about? Hey, guys.
To me,
you ever go to the shoe
she
store?
Said, close your eyes. And she brought him up. And I opened them up. She had taken some bacon and fashioned it into a little smiley face, and that did not help at all. And this looked like a freaky little bloodshot eye smiley face. Yeah, it was something else. We have an incredible comedian closing this out tonight. This guy actually co-starred in a movie with me and a handful of other people. Filmed right here in Horizon Worlds. It was produced by Sensei J.
What?
And man, it was cool. It's called Horizon
It's
Hipsters. If you haven't seen that, check that out on YouTube because it's a really cool cool movie. And my friend here, Jordan Mork, was in that with me. Please welcome to the stage, Jordan Mork.
my God.
It looks so bad.
What? Oh my God. All right, this is awesome. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? First off, before I get started, I need love shown for goons. For real goons, dude. Nailed it, right? Yes.
Good job.
Steps.
Yes.
Okay. And then two, of course, the professor, because without him, I wouldn't know a goddamn thing.
Appreciate you, man.
Okay?
Yes.
You, my baby boy.
Can we pause it?
And then, of course, to top it off.
Okay, the gain on the laughs. They've taken the sound of human laughter and made it probably the worst thing I could ever hear.
That sounds like the inside of my head. It was just so bad. That was
just
so
wanted to
fucking
stop
crazy.
and like the jokes, whatever. Well, let's give them a chance.
Everybody go buy that music.
Yeah.
20 times over, go buy that music. And then give me, because I don't have the money, so y'all buy that music. I'm really lucky in this moment because, like, I noticed a couple of things when I first got here. I noticed, one, I'm not going to be the first guy up, because anxiety. And the second stuff that was coming on after that was that I noticed that, like, I was going to have time to finish my nuggies. And I don't know if people like fat guys get the chance to eat in front of people. Dude, seriously, don't ever let nuggies leave you in this life that we have is so short. People, go out. Do I have to go full Sarah McLachlan? Like, just you for $2 a day can save 10 nuggies.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it the fuck off. We can't. Okay. We're done. We're done with this. We're not. Okay. The video is done. We've somehow found a way to make open mic comedy even more fucking excruciating and turn the excruciation up to fucking 11 on that shit. It's amazing.
It's so bad because it's so just close to the truth and like what we actually do. I don't know. That guy, I don't know. I don't know if I have a lot of thoughts about that besides like I just like should quit comedy altogether.
It's sort of one of those depressing things where you can see yourself in something that is a monster. It's just monstrous. It's terrible. And it's just like, oh, that's what I've done for the last 10 years.
Yeah, but then they just removed like all the actual social pressure and showed what it's like if you look at it objectively is kind of what happened.
Yeah, we're looking at the sheet music. We're looking at the data of an open mic.
Yeah. We just tapped into the matrix and saw what our lives were. I can
see the code, and it's instead of being able to like dodge bullets, it just makes you fucking regret it's years.
Yeah, you can't dodge bullets. You just bomb in public.
It's like, what if an open mic was conducted inside of a piece of technology built for business meetings?
I think I came into this with a pretty good mood, and now now I just want us to put on like a public domain horror movie and just watch it in silence and not do any more comedy ever again.
It makes me acutely aware of what like awful shape I'm in day to day. Is they see the amount of coffee it takes me to get out of bed and exist. The amount I smoke. I vape in my sleep. Apparently,
you vape in your sleep.
I vape in my sleep, and Sam took a sip of my coffee and like almost threw up. He was like, "That is fucking jet fuel," and everybody was like, "You need to fucking do something different." And it's crazy because in my head, I'm doing so much better than I used to. Because I used to do like 20 shots of espresso a day, smoke 3 packs of cigarettes a day, all
That's
this stuff.
Insane.
I know,
those
but
are crazy numbers. 20 shots of espresso
a day, and it was crazy. I was having panic attacks and like angry crying fits.
Of course, though. Like, of course. Like, I couldn't not. Like, I could be, like, having a day at the beach, and if you give me fucking 10 shots of espresso, I'm going to have a fucking night.
It wasn't all at the same time, but it was, like, every 2 hours I'd have, like, 2 to 4 shots of espresso.
Yeah.
And, like, I remember talking to somebody, and I was just like, I'm so mad all the time. And he's like, yeah, you're on drugs. You're fucking crazy.
But it's a very normal thing for someone who's a recovering alcoholic to switch to caffeine and nicotine so that they're not.
And that's what it was.
Destructive.
Yeah.
Well, because when you first stop drinking, like, caffeine doesn't do anything to you. It feels slightly better than your base level because your dopamine is so fucking gone. Like, it just doesn't you have none. So just drinking some caffeine is just like a break from monotony a little bit. It doesn't feel like it's affecting you. And then the longer you stay sober, the more your brain is trying to regulate itself and get back to normal. So it's just like it's just the amount of panic just slowly rises for months until you have to cut down on the amount of caffeine. And the cigarettes I had to cut down on because I was puking from chest pain, and it was yeah. To me, I've come a long way.
Yeah.
I've done a good thing,
And
but
you
it's still freaking out normies, freaking out pussies is how it is.
Yeah. If you judge this man for what he's doing, what the fuck are you doing with your fucking life that makes you such a fucking saint? Fucking gay ass fascist. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, dude. I take non-prescribed antidepressants. I drink lots of espresso.
Shit.
Whoa.
Whoa. that guy.
Dude, he just took the 7th shot of espresso.
That
made
this
his eyes
is
all wonky.
heavy content, and it's also for adults. So if you are having children here, I would not encourage you to continue to watch it, because some of the things that I might share might be a little bit graphic.
Is his head like that, or is that just
as a
Tales
person
from the
who
Crypt?
in ministry that does deliverance, we came across that many times of praying for somebody who claimed to have a demon, have sex with them during the night. Sometimes people who even have children in the spirit realm, but who cannot have children in the physical, who have no affection between their husband or their wife, and some who cannot even get married, including stories where a person would feel something raping them, or something has a violent sex with them, not only in the sleep. Remember even knowing or hearing about a person, an encounter where she went to the mall and something was taking control of her physical body. This demon was torturing her by having sex with her in the mall. In Isaiah chapter 34 verse 14, it says, the wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with jackals. And then if you look below in the footnotes, it will say Lilith, night creature. Now, in most of the religions of this world, they had these demons. They call them incubus and succubus, where this male demon or male entity that will come in the sleep and have sex with women, and this female entity that will come and have sex with men, seduce them, sometimes steal their children. And so there was a lot of myths that were going on both in Jewish culture and in other cultures. But these are not myths.
Hot hell,
these are realities.
Oh no!
Of things that people are battling with and people are struggling with. We see that in Book of Genesis
chapter 6. Can we get a priest in here? Because I can't come if there isn't a priest watching.
If I can.
The angels, these are people who were part of God's divine council, people who were a part of God's team, God's, part of the hosts. They started to come on the earth, and they started to make love to women. They started to have physical relationships with women. And Jude tells us, the half-brother of Jesus tells us that because they crossed these boundaries God has set for these sons of God,
is this guy a
these
Mormon?
Spirits, then God eventually punished them.
Because he's saying a bunch of made-up shit about brothers.
Prison. Now,
yeah,
it's possible for evil spirits.
Bunch of the new, that's like the new stuff.
To be able
I don't
to
know.
have
I said
this
made
kind of
up like there was a real part, but it's
physical form.
I mean, there is a real part. Like demons are real because that's cool.
They can walk,
yeah,
they can talk, they can
and they
eat,
have
they can
perfect
have their feet
tits.
washed.
Yeah,
and
every night a demon sits on my chest and tickles me.
Yeah, you've talked about your sleep.
These spiritual entities would come and have
Yeah.
sex with women.
Has it ever taken?
It's never leaned back and jacked me off, unfortunately, which I would love. Get jacked off by a shadow creature in the night while it's tickling me. That would be a real delight.
Now, not necessarily that physical children are produced, but they impregnate these people with spiritual perversion. They impregnate this person with spiritual confusion. The offspring of these encounters, they last through the day. Sometimes they destroy relationships. They destroy marriages.
What the fuck? No, that doesn't make any sense. Like he's just saying like you get pregnant and it just makes you an asshole and fucks up your it'll make you want to leave your husband because an angel. My wife left me because some fucking angel came down.
My experience, ladies, get pregnant, bitches. No good anymore.
Yeah.
Every time I get a lady pregnant, she's just like, "Oh, why don't you
so pregnant.
Why don't you help me pay for something?" And I'm like, "You got the devil in you, lady. You got the devil in you."
It takes a form of a man and it makes love to a woman. And succubus, it's pretty much
just go
similar
full
word.
religion every time somebody like needs something
this
from
is
me. Just like, Jesus helps
get out of her
who helps themselves. You fucking goddamn
get out of here.
Get on out of here.
Get out of here. No, I'm hungry. Get out of here. My feet hurt. Get the fuck out of my wife.
Restlessness and lack of peace. Now, these spiritual, sexual spirits or spirits that cause this thing in the sleep, they can molest and torment individuals. A lot of times they can also cause wet dreams and orgasm.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, cool.
They cause a person to be emotionally drained because it's like a spiritual rape. And
no,
this
that's just
dream
how you feel
sex
after
can
you
be so
come, dude. That's how everyone feels after you come. You feel empty and you feel guilty.
Yeah.
And that's what coming is.
No, that's what it's the last thing before you go back to the inside of yourself.
Yeah.
You see the outside world for 2 seconds and then you feel your own emotions again.
Yeah.
and
The
mental
shame of
anguish.
what got you to that place. The shame
Cannot
of
get
liking
married,
it. So
or the marriages end up in divorce, or they have no affection, or they have no sex drive for their spouse. Now, I'm not in any way saying that if you're battling with any of these things that I just mentioned, that it must be that. But if you have something that comes to you at night and something that takes on the face of someone else and has sex with you in the sleep, and this continues regularly, you're battling, you're struggling
Night
with
after
wet
night,
dreams, and you're
battling,
waking up and you feel like, man, I just had an orgasm in the sleep. And this is something that is repeated. And you're watching also pornography, or you're battling with lust or other things, you're dealing with the spirit that is very common in almost every person that I know.
The spirit is definitely why I have way too many fucking playlists on Pornhub, like actual signed up playlists and stuff. You know what? I think I need to get some fucking garlic.
You got playlists like suggested songs on YouTube?
No, I straight up curate shit because I'm just like, you know what? I like it when I watch this one into this one.
Okay,
you know?
That's a solid movement. You got the roller coaster.
It's more efficient.
It's
like all those games that are like, you'll come in 60 seconons with this thing.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make that.
You're trying to beat all those games.
I'm trying to beat them.
You're trying to beat all those games.
You're a filmmaker. You're a producer. This is this is your artwork.
Yeah, so I curate. When I was in high school, I was like, porn's art. It's just good art. That's like, this is bad art and porn is good art because people like porn. Even though people are like, no, you shouldn't watch porn, and you probably shouldn't. It's really fucking bad for you.
No, it rots your brain.
Yeah,
I subscribe to it.
Yeah,
makes you let go of your energy.
Yeah, you need to hold in your precious fluids because it makes you a fucking man. And if you aren't a man, then you're a girl. So
yeah,
get the fuck out of here.
You're watching porn. What are you, a fucking girl?
What are you, only?
What are you, a girl? You're gonna get pregnant? You girl?
Open doors for these sex demons. These demons have an intense appetite for perversion. They have a huge, unsatisfiable appetite for sexual perversion and sexual immorality. It's almost like they feed off of that.
I think I'm a demon.
But I think
sexual sin with sexual perversion or rape or molestation or human sacrifice, that these demons go from one generation to another until somebody rises up and says, enough is enough. It was running in the family until it ran into me, and puts a stop to that.
Stop it!
Hey. No.
When I'm horny,
sir,
all I do is shitload of push-ups.
Yeah.
I do push-ups until I can't remember what turned me on in the first place.
I eat tortilla chips until I'm too full. It's what I do. I just eat granola with my hands until I don't want to come anymore.
An open door, and he enters into that person and destroys that person's life. The demon should enter the guy who did it. Well, the demon didn't need to enter that guy. The guy already had a demon, otherwise he would never do that. But when he had that
guy already
physical
had a dick in his
contact
ass.
with that person, not only that is a penetration and intercourse, it's also a transference of a spirit, because demons get transferred.
They live in your balls.
They live in your balls.
Demons live in your balls.
Come out, and then you give them to other people. It's like it follows.
Yeah. Okay.
Then
why is he trying to talk people out of getting them out, dude?
Yeah.
Find healing.
You gotta get that shit out.
You gotta get the demons out, dude.
Yeah.
So that anything they got attached to them can be broken off, especially a spirit spouse.
Guys,
and
I have a curse. I've been cursed for so long. Every night, just like a woman with cat ears and huge tits crawls into bed, wakes me up and fucks my brains out, and I'll wake up and be like, wow, I think I came so hard last
She puts
night.
on a maid outfit and crosses her eyes and sticks her tongue out every night. Yeah.
It's a curse. Please, somebody help me.
He wants to tear your soul to pieces. And the enemy takes advantage of that weak point, and he comes in as that spirit spouse and begins to bring torture and begins to bring torment, and a lot of times rape and orgasm and all of this stuff, and just confuses your mind, causes you restlessness, and then you're not able to function really well, and you're affected by that all the time. What do you do?
You can tell that he just likes all of this shit, and he's like, I have to fucking say that I don't like this shit.
This is pure compulsion.
Yeah, like, because he's put so much thought into it, and it's just like, okay, if you don't like any of this stuff, then what do you like? I think it's just one of those things where it's like, this guy loves like demon sex shit, and he had to become like he doesn't look like a priest or anything.
He's got a notebook open, and it's all just stick figures fucking, and one of them's got little devil horns on, and he's flipping through the pages, and he goes, this part, that's the thing.
That's wrong. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
and then flagellates himself with a whip.
Hey, no, didn't like it.
As the real estate of the Holy Spirit. Not only devote your life to Jesus, but declare your body as something that belongs to the Lord. You're like this mobile temple of the Holy Spirit. You're this, portable temple of the Holy Spirit. You have to declare that to the enemy. You have to declare that in the spirit realm, that I am a property, a real estate, bought by the blood. I belong to the Lord. Number 3 is renounce the spirit of incubus and succubus. Renounce that spirit spouse. Renounce this sex demon. Just renounce it. Just
Next time I have to kick someone out, I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, my body belongs to God. I renounce you, bitch.
I'm a building. I'm a building.
I'm a real estate for God. You need to get the fuck out of here right now."
Like seed
that
then grows up into be a Nephilim, aka Nephilim. Like they become like these confusions in your life. You might not give birth to real children, but you're going to give birth to perversion. You're going to give birth to lust. You're going to give birth to defeat. You're going to give birth to broken relationships. You're going to give birth to divorce. So what you want to do is you want to abort anything that they planted.
Whoa. Take it. Damn, dude.
Whoa. Abort your fucking feelings. If you have feelings, that is corruption. You are pregnant. Because you are pregnant and a girl. And you need to get those demons aborted out of you. I actually like this guy's takes
this guy's
now.
pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
You abort it. And it still continues. Come for prayer line. Come for deliverance. Seek deliverance from your pastor or somebody who does deliverance. Ask him to pray for you so that God can completely deliver you in Jesus' name. God does not want you to be connected sexually with another realm. He wants you to be connected physically, intimacy. Leave your husband, leave your father and your mother, cleave to your wife, and become one flesh. And that is physical. That's not in the spirit realm. That is not with another entity. That is not with Lilith. That's not with the spouse demon. That's not with incubus. That's not with succubus. That is with your spouse. Physical spouse. That's what sex, it was created by God to be. And it needs to be that. And you need to confront
sex with your family. Why did he throw your mom and dad into that?
Why did he say sex with your family and become one lump of flesh? Just like it's just like just a tub of like body horror Cronenberg flesh just writhing, coming within each other.
You mommy daddy.
Yeah, the mom and dad thing. Well, this guy actually is pretty cool though.
Yeah.
I agree with everything he said.
Threw a hard left turn in there, talking about
when he said that
killing babies.
When he said that your if you're having feelings, you need to fucking abort that shit. I was like, yes. Okay, it turns out you're really cool. Like every single thing to this guy is something that is fucked into you. And there was only a few ways that things can well up inside of you.
I know you've got a script
into you.
You've got a script idea that was fucked into you by the devil, and you got to abort it. Okay, nobody wants to see a movie about your teenage years. Abort it.
Abort that shit.
Abort it. Get it out. That's Lilith.
That's Lilith telling you that you were going to be a fucking playwright. Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here.
No one goes to the theater anymore. You need to abort those fucking dreams, kid.
That restaurant idea what you had with your brother, fucking kill it. Kill it. Get it out of here.
Yeah.
God doesn't want that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants spaghetti and chow mein to mix. We don't need spaghetti sauce on chow mein. Get it out of here.
Abort that shit. And
the Italians
fuck your
and the
mom
Chinese.
and dad and your wife and become one literal flesh pile. Like, I think he actually said that. So, the crabs?
Crabs. No more crabs. Crabs are gone. How many? 11 billion?
11 billion crabs have gone missing. They can't be found. That is some, like, fucking... It's kind of like some Dark Souls shit. It's like they left.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
It's like they left this dying world.
I'm going to try to see if I can get, like, a crab news story and play it.
Okay, maybe we can get a little bit of information. But, I mean, I know what happened. They gave up because we suck.
Yeah. I don't know. I will say that there's not a... I don't think there's been one thing that's disappeared that has affected me yet, and crabs aren't going to be the one.
Yeah.
You know?
I like crabs, though, just because they seem to be... Things evolve into crabs, and then evolve out of being crabs, and then evolve back to being crabs.
What do you mean?
So this has happened a lot through history.
Really?
Where over billions of years, things would be like an ancient crab, and then evolve into something else.
Like a what?
Like I don't know, like a fish.
Like a lobster.
Really?
Like a lobster, and then
Or
evolve
insect.
back to being a crab.
So you're saying crab is the perfect life
It's
form?
the perfect form because it's just like a bunch of scuttling blades.
That's why I'm short, is I'm getting closer.
Crab, claws up front, weird eyes. Can regrow limbs.
More
can
than 2
live
limbs.
in the water and on land.
Yeah.
Little.
Yeah.
Fighting everything at all times. There's never any other emotion besides violence.
Violence. That's how you make it through. Damn, dude. Well, then I am sad they're gone.
The world is becoming... You cannot fix the way that things have changed. And you know what? I don't like looking back. Anything that happened pre-COVID, that's over. Now we have toxic sharks that, like, live in actual, like, toxic waste. And they're they're as good as regular sharks.
Really?
They live just as long.
That's wild.
Let's get the
Following
scoop.
some big news out of Alaska, where their king and snow crab seasons have been
I'd love it
canceled
if
because of what
McGinnis shows up
biologists
and he's
say
like,
is a
11 billion?
population
Really?
collapse.
I'll give you
So
11,000.
now I want to bring in Gabriel Prout. He's a third-generation fisherman joining me live from Kodiak, Alaska. Gabriel, we appreciate you making the time for us. Canceling something like this seems like it could have an enormous impact. What does it mean for you and your family business?
Yeah, good morning. Thanks, Trevor. Thanks for having me here. Tremendous impact, not just for my family, my brothers, and my father as well. We're 50% owners in our family vessel, so it's a family operation, but it's tremendous impact on the industry in general. You know, we have about 60 vessels that fish in the Bering Sea, snow crab and king crab fisheries each year. So each and every one of those are going to have families affected, children, not to mention the communities where they deliver the crab and the taxes they get from delivering it there.
All these communities are going to be eating our children.
Everyone's
just crew members are going to be
I'd like that this is happening and they're just rambling about like businesses and taxes. Just like, hey, massive extinction, unprecedented speed, It's ruined a couple of industries, but like it's. I gotta hear this guy just bitch about his stupid fucking business. That
like, crabs have been in that sea on the earth for millions of years.
Yeah, I don't care about the 50% fucking ownership you have with your brother on this boat. And they're just third generation fishermen. Okay, so 3 generations.
10 trillion generations of crabs.
Yeah.
And now there are none left.
It's just like the guy who caught all the fucking crabs is like, whoa, where did all the crabs go? Oh, shit. Like, dude, you caught too many fucking crabs. I don't know. It's probably not that. It's probably just like the fact that the oceans are warming.
Are they giving you any guidance if you were to just take maybe this year off, that next year you'd be right back
like,
at
thanks for the news.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I hate the
Hey,
news.
have you thought about just giving a minute? Thought about, hey, just fucking, why don't you wait it?
Wait, yeah, wait, like, what do you... Has it occurred to you to just fucking chill out for a little
just
while?
give it a second.
Next year, yeah, 11 billion. Yeah, just let them fuck for a while, and we'll get right back to 11 billion crabs.
Through this storm, we're really looking down the barrel of a very, very difficult upcoming set of not just this year, but years in the making, because it's going to take a while for those crab to come back.
Do you think you can survive this?
No.
Not without any type of financial help, either from the state level, which we've been working on, as well as the federal level to get that appropriated into the state for not just fishermen in Alaska, but fisheries across the country. That we need some type of rapid relief program for situations like this where you have a lot of...
Pause this here. You know what? I don't like that. That government handouts. Is the government going to show up?
No.
And fix everything every time a climate change thing fucks up somebody's business? I'm sorry.
No, who gives a shit?
Why is that coming out of my...
Fish something else.
Fucking, yeah.
Fish something else.
Why don't you use your boat and go
Sell
catch
me your
some
kids.
fish?
Sell me your kids. I'll eat them.
This guy is like a total fucking badass fisherman. Just being like, please... Government, daddy, government, please let me have some money.
It was crazy seeing an Alaskan on the internet, though. I feel like that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
right?
They usually don't. You don't hear from Alaska very often until it's an extinction level event like this.
No, then they just gotta climb out of the snow holes in the ground and tape whale bones together until they get reception.
I want to say, even though it's not funny, that I think the U.S. government can't help all the people and afford it. Not a big deal.
Yeah,
it's not that much money to help people. It's just that no one gets any help. So why
am I paying for it when I fucking deal with climate change shit too?
Right. Yeah. There's no renters. They're not like bailing out people who can't afford the rent. There's this algorithm that the landlords are using to raise the rent now, and it's like. So the rents are going up faster than because humans used to be like.
I love it that the computer is just like, I don't know, charge more and never charge less. That's all rent is. It never goes down.
There used to be humans to be like, oh, I can't possibly raise the rent that much this year. That'd be crazy.
So they bought a computer to say, do it.
And it's
to do. Hey, I think that thing that you were gonna do anyway, you should do it and blame it on me.
So the landlords are all. And the property managers are like, if they're all using this one algorithm, well, now they're a cartel, right? That's a cartel controlling the prices of rental housing across the United States.
Yeah,
I'm mad about that.
So why is there an Adderall shortage? Is there too many people using it, or what's the deal?
That's going to fuck up a lot of people who are absolutely hooked on that shit.
Oh, yeah, it's going to destroy. Honestly, 75% of the Portland comedy scene is going to lose their fucking minds.
Yeah,
dude.
that is going to... We're going to witness, like... Have you ever seen anybody just, like, go off lithium and then just completely go into a manic state? I feel like... I've seen that several times with lithium. I haven't seen that many people get, like, cut off of fucking Adderall.
Yeah.
And it's going to devastate. Actually, a lot of people that we know and see pretty much every single day.
Just gonna get fat and stop speaking in complete sentences.
Oh, my God.
The Adderall story goes like this. There's, like... 1 or 2 corporations that produce Adderall. So it's like, they have the monopoly, and so they can only produce so much of it.
Sure.
And during the pandemic, there's like there's already a bottleneck. During the pandemic, like a couple new businesses went online, startup businesses that offer doctors doing telehealth. So like something like 10 million more Americans got Adderall prescriptions during the pandemic.
10 million more people.
Something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. Something ridiculous. Please don't numbers quote me, but a hilarious jump.
We'll verify. We stand by what we say on this show as the absolute
Ethan
truth
Klein,
at all
10
times.
10 billion, I think is what he said. I think he said 10 billion.
So it's one, there's not enough Adderall, and two, a lot more people are getting prescriptions from these online businesses, and the online businesses have been accused of just being like pill buddies.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, absolutely. We've been over this before with the opioid epidemic. Like it's at no point has anything changed where we don't just give people hard drugs through pharmaceuticals.
So I have one friend on Facebook who I respect very highly, and I learned really depends on their Adderall to maintain, to make a living and stay afloat as a human in capitalism. Right. And they can't get their prescriptions filled. They've had to go black market to get their medicine, right? And if they don't have their medicine, they can't do their taxes.
Do stuff. They
can't make sure that their bank account doesn't drain and the pills are just not here. So
because
that's the Adderall.
For however overprescribed it does make it. I know people who honestly don't function that great on it, but off of it are just complete fucking lunatics. They just can't focus at all. There are people
who are completely disorganized with pretty high dosage of Adderall, and I know a lot of comics. We're not fucking around. We know a lot of people who take the pretty high dosages of this shit every day,
and it helps. It does do something.
It keeps them just from going off the rails.
Not totally enough, but it does do a little.
They are not impressive or organized people, but they need this shit.
They need it really bad.
Because if they go off of it, then it's just going to be a fucking disaster. Like I've said, I've whenever I've known multiple people who would go off of lithium and then just walk down a street at 5 a.m. with no shoes on till their feet bleed. What we're going to witness, this will probably be, withdrawal from Adderall, which is pretty much it's speed.
Yeah.
So. What are the symptoms of that?
Verified claim that you may have seen across social media. Claims like these from doctors that say Adderall is on a nationwide back order. The FDA and organizations of pharmacists, they tell us that these claims are true. It also includes generic versions of the drug. It has been going on since the summer because of manufacturing delays. And the companies that make the drug say there may be some back orders, but it won't last long.
Yvonne, good morning. I spoke with one pharmacist who says they've been struggling with getting certain ADHD medications, specifically getting certain strengths of the pills. Now, pharmacist Ranan Shing says the generic Adderall, like 10 and 20 milligrams, is the most commonly used strength, also the ones usually unavailable. I spoke with one Austin woman who's prescribed to take 40 milligrams of ADHD medication daily. Because of the shortage, she's begun rationing it, cutting her dose down to half sometimes, and doing this does make it hard to focus. She's concerned about her performance deteriorating in her very competitive and fast-moving job. However, Dr. Shing says there are a couple of things people can do if they can't get the medicine they need.
Do you remember, so for the opioid epidemic, a lot of people had to get weaned off of, was it Oxycontin? Mm-hmm. So a lot of people started doing heroin because they couldn't get their pain meds because they're fucking addicted. So now I think people will probably maybe migrate a little bit more towards crystal meth.
Good stuff. Tina.
So America's going to be much, I don't know, we're already off the fucking rails, so let's just...
There's already so many people on meth, it's crazy.
Yeah, adding more people to being on meth. A lot of people are doing coke, and it's just known that it's mostly fentanyl now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex Jones, he lost that lawsuit, which is really good news, but also I don't think he's going to pay it, but it's also kind of I think it's good to absolutely mercilessly sue people who spread lies
Sure.
about mass shootings because it's kind of a big deal.
I mean, the thing about the money, I watched a really good YouTube video about it. It's like, that's all lawyers do. Like, Alex Jones is not smart, right? People who are much smarter than Alex Jones have been sued and lost and then tried to hide their money.
Yeah.
And that's why lawyers have existed for 2,000 years, like to find the money that they're owed and get it. So he's not going to hide. He doesn't have $1 billion, but he does have like $100 million squirreled away. He gave it to his parents.
He definitely doesn't have enough money to pay for that thing because it's so much money that it's like impossible.
It's $1 billion.
He could never pay it.
He owes $1 billion now, but he does have like $100 million or $200 million like stashed in different space.
Easy.
You know, he tried to he transferred. What he did was he transferred his entire snake oil business to his parents, and then said that his entire business owed that company hundreds of millions of dollars. So he tried to like say like, now I don't have any money because we owe X corporation $600 million, but that X corporation is Alex Jones's shell corporation that he gave to his
That's
mom.
like the most basic shell company way to move your money.
They're going to get his money eventually. The reason Alex Jones owes $1 billion is because he absolutely 100% refused to engage in the legal process to actually stand up for himself.
Dude, it was so funny. There was like an interviewer who's like, I killed those kids.
Yeah, well, that's what we're going to watch.
I did. I shot them myself.
Oh, Channel 5. This guy.
We're going to watch that.
Dude, I like this guy a lot,
But what
Andrew
happened was
Callahan.
that, you know, there's like a legal process that if you engage in it, like you still might lose, but you won't like flat out totally lose. And he refused to engage in good faith with the legal process. So he lost every case without going to trial. So every case that just happened was the penalty phase. He was automatically guilty because he refused. He was like, I don't have to play by the rules. They're your rules, not mine. And then, so it's all right, you're automatically guilty. So every single trial was just the penalty.
Oh my God. I love that sovereign citizen shit so much.
So
Just
cool.
like some guy thinks that he has like grasp of like language like that just like unlocks the authority of the United States government.
Do you feel responsible for what happened to the Sandy Hook families?
Yes, I killed the children.
But beyond that,
I went in that school, I pulled a gun out, and I shot every one of them myself. I mean, I'm guilty. It's true.
No. But
That's a comic move.
Do I feel responsible that someone that played shoot 'em up video games on a bunch of drugs went and killed a bunch of kids, and then the internet questioned it, and I covered that?
They staged Sandy Hook. The evidence is just overwhelming. We've looked at all sides. We played devil's advocate from both sides.
No, I don't feel responsible, and I don't apologize anymore. I'm done. I don't apologize. I killed the kids.
Was there a definitive?
No, I killed them. I killed them.
You didn't kill him.
No, I did.
No, you didn't.
No, everybody said no. I killed them. I killed them. I already admitted I did it. I killed them. I'm the bad guy. I'm the devil. Get rid of the First Amendment. Can we move on to other stuff?
This is kind of what you do on Dark Web.
I killed them. Get rid of the Second Amendment.
Dude, he's doing
Get rid of the
Dark
First
Web right
Amendment.
now.
They're bad. They killed the kids too. George Washington killed them. Jesus killed them. We should rename the whole planet Sandy Hook. Everything. There should be holidays. We should bow 5 times a day to New Haven, Connecticut for the kids that died. Every American's to blame. Every gun owner's to blame. I'm to blame. We're all guilty to Bloomberg and Soros. Turn our guns in. Turn our guns in. I know. I did it. I killed them.
Jews, by the way.
I killed them. I killed them. I know. I killed them. So I'm done talking about it. Okay. I killed them. Okay. Go ahead.
Can we talk about the trial at all?
There's nothing to talk about. Let me tell you, I don't know if I can do this interview right now. You liking it?
I don't think you should keep doing that.
What? Dude, I murdered those children. I did. I killed them myself.
Still not a funny thing to say. Yeah, I get the point, but it's just like, fuck, man.
Fuck it. I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm far beyond giving a fuck right now.
I understand.
You want to fucking take me out, right?
No, but I'm just saying. They really, that wasn't their intention.
A jury in the Alex Jones trial ordering the conspiracy theorists to pay $45.2 million.
So yeah, now it's up to $1 billion.
Lost their 6-year-old son in the Sandy Hook massacre for calling it a hoax.
Every sin ever committed on earth in 10,000 years of history, I did it. The Night Stalker, the Zodiac Killer, I did it. Vietnam War, Hitler. I was actually Hitler. It wasn't Hitler. It was me.
I was Hitler.
I was in a time machine in Germany, and I did all that.
Go.
I did
the
everything.
comic in me has so much
And that's what
respect
I
for
accept.
him.
Yeah.
So
you're
committed to the bit. $1 billion.
Dude, so hard.
Right now.
I
You're
wanna
talking to him right now.
memorize this.
You're
Just
talking to
use
Lex
this
Luthor.
the
How's
next
it
time I fucking
You don't feel like
bomb.
Lex Luthor to me.
Genius.
I invented cancer.
How?
I just did it. Doesn't matter. I created death. People didn't die before I was born. I created heartburn. I created hemorrhoids. I created hangovers. I created gingivitis.
That's a bad one.
I
Dude,
created
I don't
hair
want to
loss.
respect it.
I created.
He's just the perfect heel.
Yeah.
I wish you could do that one.
I created bad breath.
So yeah, now that we've accepted that.
I invented Prozac that Adam Lanza was on. I had his mom buy him the AR-15, give it to him. I was there. Yeah. Did you know that all money in the universe was created by Sandy Hook? It was a time machine. Before the Rothschilds created fractional reserve banking, before tally sticks, before gold coins, the Roman era, it was the Sandy Hook event that created all money, future and forward. Yeah. Everything is that. Everything.
Well, I mean, how do you feel about like how your attorney did overall?
They said I was guilty beforehand because they couldn't have a real trial because they had 24 minutes out of 10 years of me talking about it, most of them me saying it happened. It's sick. It's disgusting. I was being sarcastic earlier. I didn't kill the children. I'm not Jeffrey Dahmer. I didn't invent hemorrhoids.
Damn it, he walked back on it.
Fucking pussy.
Damn it.
You piece of shit.
Fuck.
You deserve to lose $1 billion fucking dollars.
Damn it, dude.
Elementary school massacre, 26 dead, 27 dead now, 18 kids in Connecticut. When you got small children, this really gets to you. That's why the globalists use children's deaths to go after our guns, because they know it gets to
Globalists
us. Don't ever
is
think the globalists that
him
have
saying
hijacked
Jews.
this country wouldn't stage something like this. They kill little kids all day, every day. And it's not our government, it's the globalist. I really think they're going to try to come after the guns. It's going to start a civil war.
I clearly believe from the evidence children were really killed in Sandy Hook, and it's a real tragedy. Unfortunately, evidence is beginning to come out. People who've been coached, people who've been given cue cards, people who are behaving like actors.
I dropped Billy off and watched him go around the corner, and he never came back, all because of the guns. Won't you just turn your guns in for my son? Early on, I said, well, they had to have killed somebody. I mean, this doesn't make sense. Then parents come out and start laughing and then turn to the camera and cry. No one died in 2012 in Sandy Hook. Sandy Hook is a synthetic, completely fake, with actors, in my view, manufactured. I couldn't believe it at first.
That if people have like filmed me enough, they could put together a reel that makes me look this bad.
Hensel testified that after her husband Jeremy committed suicide in 2019, people went to their daughter Avielle's gravesite looking for evidence the family was faking his death.
I couldn't wrap my head around just one more family member being part of this narrative.
The dad just sitting behind the gravestone
it's an
giggling.
industry. It's a business. They got $73 million from Remington.
That was a lot. But he's just,
they
he's
sued
just
all the
Thank you for that. I was actually getting a little heartbroken. And then
I already said I was sorry for
Hey,
they
we
ever
don't have
sued me.
feelings here,
And
dude.
now
Those
they
are
got
from the
abort
devil,
those
dude. We gotta abort those feelings.
They can get all the judgments they want against me. I have hardly any money. So I'm not worried about it. And I believe humanity's going to wake up. I believe we're going to win.
It's so great.
It's so wild,
it is like cheap that you like walked it back. It was like I was being sarcastic.
Oh yeah, I
earlier.
was. Hey, I was just.
That you defeated the whole premise.
There's a bit of a lull in the piece, and then we're getting back into the work. But yeah, I'm a little bit obsessed as a Jew who's obsessed with the Holocaust. That he really is spreading anti-Semitism on the sly. Every code word that he uses is dog whistle anti-Semitism.
Yeah,
he blames
that's true.
He blames Jews for being in control of.
So we're in Newtown, Connecticut,
all of it.
where the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting took place
Well,
around
that's
10 years
kind
ago.
of just where
It's a
all of it
special
goes
week for this
back to,
town
too.
because for the first time
It's like
ever,
a default
Alex Jones
conspiracy because it
being
works.
made to stand trial. So right now we're on our way to go meet up with a trial attorney named Mark Bankston, who represented the Sandy Hook families in the previous defamation case in Texas.
Nobody thinks you killed the kid. Nobody thinks that, Alex. What you did, what you killed, is their ability to get over the death of their children.
So, for those who don't know, can you describe the extent of the harassment that was experienced by the Sandy Hook families?
There's no way I could do it just sitting here with you. It's unreal. Initially, it just started with rough contacts. You'd get people who were emailing them, people would find out their phone number, call them on the phone. But then you had people starting to show up in Newtown and destroy the memorials they had for their kids. They had people showing up at their homes, knocking on their door. They had people going around and talking to their neighbors. And then it just kept escalating as more and more people got caught into the wildness of it. There's Lucy Richards, right, who was a woman who I have to have some level of sympathy with on some way because she's mentally ill. But she got obsessed with all these narratives and about Lenny Posner. She was in Central Florida. And when it got disclosed that that's where Lenny had moved to, and InfoWars put up his Boca Raton mailbox where he picks up his mail.
Well, I've got an article here from a guy I think was our last caller. What's interesting is they list the address for the Honor Network in Boca Raton, Florida, 908 North Dixie Highway. There is no suite, but it's got 2 different buildings listed that address.
Well, we'll just start investigating that. And I guess I'm going to have to probably go on up to Newtown. I'm going to have to probably go investigate Florida as well.
She decided, okay, that's my call to action.
That's just like
so she started
doxing somebody.
Through Central Florida.
Fuck.
She would call and leave these messages, and I don't know if you've ever heard the man, and maybe we'll get a hold of him for you or something just so people can understand what this is. But creepy.
Did you hide your imaginary son in the attic? Are you still fucking him? You fucking Jew bastard.
Whoa.
Look behind you. Death is coming to you real soon.
Just this awful, hateful stuff. These slurs and at him and everything that don't even make any sense. Yeah. I mean, she called him in the N-word and accused him that Noah is still alive and that he's got Noah in the attic and sexually assaults him every night. And even after she was arrested by federal law enforcement, and then she was sentenced to federal prison for short. Part of her conditional release is she cannot access InfoWars. She's just simply not allowed to do that as a condition of her parole.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I see me picking my teeth, my enemy's bones.
Whoa.
God,
damn.
I just
that was wild.
That was such a fucking ride. Picking my teeth with my enemy's bones.
That's the funniest
funny
thing
as hell.
To hear.
Yeah.
Dude, and it's wild.
He hasn't learned a fucking thing. Like, it's great.
Well, Doug Stanhope used to have him open for him.
I've heard about this, yeah.
He picks a fight with a lady whose son died in Iraq, and he's like, "Oh yeah, your son died? I believe it when I see it." And it's wild.
It's such a weird compulsion to just completely not believe a national tragedy's happened. Like, that is an insane.
It's
like compulsion. That's like, dude, do you really think it's every single time there's a national tragedy it didn't happen?
Because he is so funny. He's like a funny dude. You know what I mean? Like,
it's like that. It's like when you know a character can't stop fucking up, and it just keeps getting better.
I feel sorry for you. I mean, you came out here to have a good time and to hear some great comics. And believe me, you've heard him. That last guy was absolutely amazing. Now, Doug's great too. He's a degenerate atheist, but other than that, he's a pretty good guy. No, but seriously, I'm not a comedian. And I've heard a lot of stuff about Iraq, and I've heard some other comments about politics. And let's just go over some basic stuff here for a minute, okay? This is not a drill. This is some serious shit. All right?
It's great.
I've got the film clip of Eisenhower back in 1958 calling Fidel Castro the Abraham Lincoln of the Caribbean. Maybe he is. But my point is, they put that motherfucker in power. Mao Zedong killed 50 million people.
This is a stand-up comedy show.
Saddam Hussein for some war for $4 trillion in oil.
Yeah, I think at this point he's actually lost the crowd.
That own your private prisons that they're going to stick you and your family in as soon as they find you doing something wrong, some bullshit law they created.
There we go. That's the anger that works.
So this is the reality. David Rockefeller, you might want to find out who he is. He really doesn't like you, and he wants to put cancer viruses in your vaccines. That's how arrogant these people are. But let's take Saddam Hussein. Admitted fact. 1954, young 18-year-old guy. Is that why you've got 15 members of Skull and Bones each year out of 290 million people? 15 members each year. And we can't even have 2 presidential candidates that aren't from that group?
Hey, you're blowing my buzz.
They see this guy says I'm blowing his buzz.
Tell jokes or get off the stage.
See there? See there?
Come on, man. We're here to have fun.
Hey,
get off the stage.
See, they asked me to come up here.
Blowing my buzz.
See, he wants stage. I told you. Hey, what do you say to him? What do you say to him? You guys want him?
Hang on, he's about to do the tit fuck joke.
Exactly.
Shut up. This is for me, asshole.
All right. No, seriously. They asked me to come up here. Thank you, Doug. And that's why I was going to say I love Doug. He may be a degenerate atheist, but my God, he's a hell of a lot better than the Christian Coalition. Hey, did you see the New York Post 2 weeks ago? Now, I'd already broken in there and proven all this, but it said, top gay porn stars servicing Republican leaders at the Bohemian Grove. You want to know where the FBI needs to be investigating people, it's over there. But that's my point, is it's totally hypocritical. The whole thing's a giant scam. And, you know, I forgot this guy in the stratosphere who wants to go back to Kansas. You're not in Kansas anymore. I forgot where I was at when he interrupted me. All right. What? What were you talking about? What did I call you? I called you a big fucking pussy. What I called you, Bruiser? Bam! Bam! You're a big badass. You don't want to hear the truth because you're a little coward. You can't handle the truth. You don't want to hear about 50 million people. You want to sit there. Hey, I'll be sitting right there when you're done, boy. That's right, you little weasel. I called you a little punk. Yeah. Yeah. That's a coward right there, folks. That's a coward. That's a punk bitch who loves the New World Order.
This is,
as I was saying, though.
That's a great insult.
Such a good insult. I want to start using
punk
that.
bitch who loves the New World Order.
he needed 10 minutes to figure out how to handle hecklers.
Yeah.
And then he figured it out. Wow. Yeah, I wonder how many times Doug let him up on stage to like learn how to do his. He had some work to do to get
to the point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to like it, but that shit with calling someone a punk bitch who loves the New World Order is very funny. I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah,
like, I cannot not steal that.
That's so tight, dude.
Like, if you just took the good parts and cut out all of the doxing and the spreading lies about.
Oh, he'd be a great comic.
Yeah,
he'd be a great comic. He's just a terrible person.
Yeah, if like the like saying, yeah, I killed those kids.
I killed those kids.
Bitch.
I killed them. Yeah,
like the stuff that is funny. It's just like the fact that he like actually means it. He actually is an anti-Semite.
Yeah.
He actually is like a fucking evil, like irresponsible, belligerent fuck.
I think it's also that it's always easier to get the audience to love you and to make money off of like right-wing bullshit than left-wing. I mean, he could have gone full left-wing and tried that, but there isn't as much of a market.
No, sure.
Like if he keeps going like the cops want to put you in jail, like that's not as much fun as...
Yeah, because being on the left, you have to have like, it fucking sucks because you just sound like a pussy. No matter what, it's just like I think everybody should have health care.
Yeah.
I sound fucking weak.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, you need health care? Oh.
Yeah. Oh, you got a runny nose? You got a runny nose? That doesn't sound so good.
Every good point you can make makes you sound weak, whereas like Republicans are just like, yeah, fucking, I'll get a fucking gun and kill you if I don't like your fucking joke. Like, so we definitely learned a lot here tonight.
Yeah.
On the Midnighters Survival Show.
I'm leaving smarter. You're leaving smarter.
Tune in every time we do this, whenever we fucking get to it.
Yeah.
Don't be a punk who loves the New World Order.
Yeah. Bring your gun to Walmart. Kill crabs. If you see one, step on it.
Don't eat it. Toss it. Step on it. Toss it in the fucking trash. The world has changed.
Not in the water either, not the ocean. We're done with crabs in the ocean.
You put it in a plastic bag and toss it in the fucking trash. A single-use plastic bag, crinkle it up and toss it in the dumpster.
And if you're masturbating, cut it out.
Knock it off. That's some demon
Knock it
shit.
off. Cut
All
that shit out.
And if you're having some feelings or dark thoughts or lust, those
Step on
feelings,
crabs.
abort those fucking feelings.
Just take it out on a crab. No more Adderall. No more.
Yeah, it's all about fentanyl now.
Fentanyl and
fucking
VR.
VR.
I killed those kids.
Yeah.
I killed those kids. I did it. I fucking
And
did
he
it.
means that. He's
I'm
not
Hitler.
walking back. And yes.